I don't really care about trying to make a stupid amount of money now and then, you know, in the in 2 years from now or a year from now, uh, be looking at what I could have done and think, yeah, I could have been making a lot more if I had just decided to wait and been patient and um took my time. So yeah, we disagree because even though it does make an incredible amount of profit, it will be a lot more profitable for us if the protocol is healthy, because just having the funds in your DAO and treasury to so people know that you can issue buybacks and get up to peg, just that alone gives you trust from people to invest, which is what what they lack when they see a tomb fork when it's under peg. It's they think it's not reliable and they're afraid to lose their money. Just knowing that you can control the price and that if you fall under peg, you can do a massive buyback and recover it. That gives people trust. I mean, that's why Tomb is running. It's because they know that if they go under peg, Harry's going to put them up again. So that's what we're trying to provide to people. But instead of having a millionaire billionaire backer, we create the protocol creates that revenue and generates that so it can give people that confidence.
Yeah, very, very good, very good, very good. So, in next question, uh, in your humble opinion, what can the community do to get the peg ASAP? People need the best strats.
So people ask us this a lot, and I try to be careful when I answer these questions because I don't want to be giving financial advice to people. Um, if you want to help, and I'm not gonna say the cliche "go buy my token" because um, that is not something I am interested in doing. I don't like telling people what to do. If you want to help, share our community, share our project. You know, talk in other discords about it, share what we are doing. If you think, that if you believe in what we are doing, I don't need you to shill because you're just trying to pamp your bags. If you're that's what you're interested in doing, please don't. But if you believe in what we are doing and you like what we are doing and you actually think that it's an interesting idea and that we're doing the right things, then yeah, go discuss our project and share with people and on other discords and on Twitter and all that. Give us a little bit more visibility. It's something that we are still working on and that we're trying to get. Um, I think this is the best way to go about it. Um, if people you talk to are interested and find our project interesting and they think that we have good enough ideas to recover and that we have potential, they will invest, and they will invest because they believe in it. Because having people that come in here to do a quick pump and dump is not going to help us. So you know, if you're bringing in people, make sure that you're bringing in people who are doing it because they like the project, not just FOMOing into something.
Yes, okay. So, next question, would you consider partnering with Beefy or other similar sites for added exposure?
So we have get this question quite a bit, and we are, but it also has an issue, which is we are launching our own yield optimizers. We are going to continue launching more yield optimizers for other farms and for other tokens. It's one of our revenue generating strategies. So in partnering up with Beefy and telling them, yeah, hey, go, do a vault for us on Scarab Phantom. We can do that, but it's the issue is it's a little bit it would show a little bit of inconsistency because we are on one hand we are promoting a product that is competing with us, and on the other hand we're telling them to put our own token on their platform when we are competing with them on another aspect. So we are going to be looking towards it. We've been considering it. I think it's not something that is out of the table, but understand that the implication of that is me telling them to put a product that is then going to turn around and do, create another product that competes with theirs. So it can create a little bit of an issue, and we know that that road does create a little bit of an issue, but yield optimizers are a solid revenue generation stream if you get enough volume through them. So we thought it would be a good idea, and we're still going to work on that and continue to add more. We are just, developing something right now, so we can't. But yeah, that creates a little bit of a strange situation that we're gonna continue to consider, and yeah, we might approach them in the future. We're open to doing it. It's just we're still doing in considerations.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Depends. I think you should focus on your own business, and the beefy partnership may not bring what you need in the short term. So next question, will you launch the rebranded site prior to Sin Spirit?
Um, no, we have a web designer working on our website for a little bit. Um, he has gotten the front page done and a little bit of some of the other pages, but it's still gonna take a while. Um, he's been working for us for about a week now, trying to develop the UI. It's a big rebrand, and the site is gonna be completely different. So, it's still gonna take a little bit, and it's also gonna take us having to change a little bit of the structure of how things are working on the website. So, it's gonna create some issues, but we are still working on it. It's just not of the utmost importance right now for us. Right now, the most important thing is getting the WindSphere model up and running and making sure it's fireproof. And once we have that, we also have something else that we have in the pipeline that we've been planning on and that we're gonna continue to reveal in the future. And we're probably gonna also prioritize that aspect that I really can't reveal too much about just yet. Um, but our graphic designer is gonna continue his work, and he's gonna continue updating us, and we hope that in the next 2 to 3 weeks he should have everything done. Unfortunately, we're giving him quite a bit of an issue because every time he gives us an update, we tell him that he has another page to develop because we just added something new. So he's trying to move as fast as he can to keep up with us, but it does create a little bit of an issue for him. So um, yeah, when we have a more detailed picture of when it's gonna launch, we will announce it. But no, it will not be up and running for the Synsphere model. Hopefully, in less than 2 weeks, we will have it, but I cannot promise that. It's really not something that I can be sure of just yet.
Nice, nice, nice. So next question, there was talk about a SCARAB GSCARAB pair with equal emissions. You said you may consider it as a temporary solution. Curious if it's still a possibility.
So, um, here's our problem with that pair. It doesn't really do what we needed to do. We've been thinking of lowering the emission on the GSCARAB Fantom pair and allocating them towards the SCARAB Fantom pair to incentivize buying SCARAB. And that, to be honest, that is something we are more willing to do than a SCARAB GSCARAB pair, just because I I don't really think it brings as much benefit as people are thinking it does. I know a lot of people are going to mention that it helped some protocols go above peg, and even seen messages saying ignore the theory, it's worked. But just because something has worked, it doesn't mean it's a solution. It might just mean that it was a lucky guess. And honestly, looking at the way, the fundamentals of it, uh, either A, I increase emissions to create this pair, which makes the protocol a lot more unsustainable because we're going to be diluting GSCARAB, which is going to be very dangerous if we're ever above peg. Having a diluted GSCARAB is very, very, very dangerous because it means it's going to be printing like crazy, and there's going to be a lot of pressure, a down pressure as soon as we get to peg. So it's a fear of ours is that we cannot let our GSCARAB be diluted, and or I can allocate emissions, and that way I'm just going to be splitting emissions. But to do that, I might as well just allocate emissions from GSCARAB Fantom to SCARAB Fantom, and that way I incentivize buying more SCARAB instead of GSCARAB. Because creating a SCARAB GSCARAB pair, it doesn't. I don't see it creating that much buy pressure unless I would dilute my GSCARAB, which is a huge risk I'm not willing to take with our investors' money. Um, or I will be creating some buy pressure, but I'm splitting it between SCARAB and G. For that reason, again, I would much rather prefer just giving higher allocation of emissions to SCARAB Fantom. And that way, if I'm creating buy pressure, I'm creating buy pressure solely on SCARAB and Fantom, which is giving me liquidity, which means that I deepen my liquidity pools and make myself a little bit harder to throw below peg. So I'm not a fan of that idea, to be honest. I've been, people have mentioned it to me several times and we've been considering it. I'm just not a big fan of it. If someone gives me a detailed explanation on the benefits of it and I see that, it makes sense, we're willing to do it, but currently we just don't see it. We just don't see it that it's an effective tool, and we think it's a bit of a dangerous play with more risk than it has benefit.
Yeah, I definitely share your sentiment and your idea. I don't think it's a good idea to rather do it towards FTM SCARAB and buying pressure on your SCARAB to resume peg. And I think it's you're taking the best solution long term, like sprinting GSCARAB or something like that. It may helps in the short term, but it won't give you the stability you need long term for the peg and etc. So yeah, definitely, I share your analysis. Um, Last question for now. Okay, then that means prediction first, then Sin Spirit. What comes next? Gamified UI, NFT somewhere.
So there's gonna be a few more games coming out soon, and we are we are gonna be doing um NFTs for them. So we will have revenue generating NFTs that we're gonna be launching after Sin Spirit. Parallel to that and to those games, we're gonna be launching, and after Sin Spirit, we're gonna start development on a new model. Fortunately, it is somewhat similar to Sin Spirit, and it is somewhat similar to Wind Spirit, just with another protocol. And I can't reveal again, as I said, I can't reveal too much about it yet. I'll just say that is SCARAB is doing our own play towards the V33 narrative, and that's what we're going to be preparing um after we launch Sin Spirit and after we enter the Spirit Wars. Um, this is gonna come out, I assume, after the NFTs and after the next games. It should come out, so the NFTs should come out first. But it really depends on how fast we can move on it. That's still something that we don't know. We know we can move pretty fast, but it's gonna have to be thoroughly tested. This and Sin Spirit are things that we will always take a little bit longer than just with the games or even with the Gamify UI in terms of developing them because there's a lot of intricacies. Um, you have to be very careful. You cannot allow for any bugs to happen at post launch. So they take a lot longer to code and they take a lot longer to test. But yeah, this is our timeline. After that, we're gonna be coming out with a Gamify UI. Um, so the timeline would be we launch the predictions game. We are still, reworking it. We're still adding updates to it. We will be launching Sin Spirit next week. After that, we will be launching another game and an NFT collection. After that, we hope to launch a new model. And after that, we will be launching the Gamify UI and the games are something that we're developing always parallel to everything else, so we're splitting the team and development on that regard. So don't be surprised if we can, even when we're launching the new model, we can launch some other games in between. We already have a few in the pipeline. um but yeah, all of these next launches and next features are all going to be with one purpose, and that is to generate revenue to help the peg. This is our priority right now, and it's always going to be our priority. We can also be launching some more yield optimizers in the meantime, um, as another way of not only constantly giving you guys new features and new updates, but increasing our revenue streams. So this is our roadmap, essentially. We will be launching a more detailed document explaining everything. I and try to get some dates and for people to know. We just have to be very careful about this, and we've been debating carefully about how we're going to do it because after I launch the roadmap on our docs, everything has to be set in stone so we don't do changes at last minute. So um we're going to continue working on it, but we 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 should have an improved version of our roadmap again for people to see and analyze shortly.
Yeah, sounds very good. Sounds very good. I think we are done with the questions. There's someone who asked if this was being recorded. No, it's not.
On our end, one of our mods is recording the AMA just to post it on our Discord and our YouTube channel.
Nice, nice. Because I'm supposed to do it, but I didn't know how to make it to use the bot last
Don't
minute to
worry.
do it, and
If you want, we can give you
yeah,
the audio
please.
so you can then
I will
post it.
post it here too because you said a lot of interesting stuff. I think not everyone can listen live to the MAA, so I will post an announcement with it once it's live on YouTube or whatever.
Thank you so much, my friend. And yeah,
Yeah,
we
no
are
problem.
recording it. We will post it everywhere, um, so people can be notified and watch it later if they want, or other people who missed it can watch everything.
Yeah, yeah, good chat. I think you talked a lot about what you have planned, and you have a lot of interesting ideas, and I think with hard work you should be able to like create a stable revenue stream and bring this to like where it belongs.
Thank you, man. It's DeFi moves very fast. We've been working our asses off to meet the expectations of our holders. It's a responsibility we take very seriously. We told people straight in the beginning, we never promised success, but we did promise that we would do everything that we could. We hope that our continued work and that the features that we're launching and everything that we're doing, can prove, people that we keep our promises, and I take them very seriously. I never said anything lightheartedly. So we will continue to doing everything we can to get back to where we were and to continue growing and to, you know, return something to all the people who believed in us in our toughest stages, because we take that very seriously, and we appreciate everyone in our community and everyone who stuck with us, and we want to be able to reward that. So we will continue doing everything we can to return Scarab to where it should be and to where we know it can get. And we will hopefully take you all along for the ride, and hopefully one day we can be all laughing on Discord with our new Lambos.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Cheers to that. So thank you for coming, and see you on Sunday for the our MAA this time.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Don't miss, by the way, guys, don't miss the AMA that we're going to be having on Sunday, to show people, to show our community a little bit more about the MDAO protocol and their project. We're going to be hosting it. We're going to be answering questions, and this time we're going to revert it. I'm going to be answering our boss here some
Mhm.
questions. And yeah, this way we can shed some light on what they're doing. I've talked a little bit about it with him. It honestly sounds pretty interesting. So I hope you guys show up and find out a little bit about this project.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, guys.
See ya.
See you.